Well, Mr. Race complained last night that he isn't feeling well these days. He doesn't know what ails him, but he hasn't been up to par. Jane is worried and asked him to see a doctor, but Mr. Race refused. This episode takes place the following morning in two scenes. Mr. Race's office, and then later that evening at the Ace's bungalow. But first to the office. Mr. Race is alone as Jane's brother Johnny enters. Listen.
Well, hiya, Big Shot.
Hey, Johnny. Well, where have you been?
Oh, around. How's the world treating you?
Oh, not very often.
Not very often.
No, sit down. What's on your mind?
How's Jane?
Oh, are you interested? Funny you never call up or come over to find out.
Well, I've been meaning to for months.
Now, of course, she's only your sister.
I know, don't rub it in, but you know how things are.
Oh, how are they?
Well, I managed to keep going.
Is that all? You married to the daughter of the wealthiest guy in town, and you just managed to keep going?
You don't think I'd take anything from him, do you?
Yes.
Me? I should say not. Not with the things he's got tied anything he offers.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, it's too complicated to go into. He thinks I should start at the bottom and learn the business and work my way up, you know.
Oh, yes, and you want to start at the top and work your way down.
Always clowning.
Yeah.
Well, we won't go into that. The point is I've taken on a new business.
Oh, really? What kind of business?
Life insurance.
Well, so you've gone into... oh, I get it.
Now, wait just a minute. Sit down. Take it easy
Look,
now.
Johnny, I'm not feeling well. I haven't been well for several
That's
days.
just the point. What would happen to Jane if anything happened to you?
I have some insurance.
Oh, sure. Everybody has some insurance. Have you enough? That's the question.
Well, yes, I think I have.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Nobody can have enough. And another thing, have you the right kind?
Well, yes, I think I
Don't
have.
tell me. You just buy straight, old-fashioned life insurance every time. How are you getting the most for your money?
I think I am.
It's 10 to 1 you're not.
Look, Johnny.
Because the man who sold you last
Just a
was
minute
just
now.
interested...
Will you listen to me? How long have you been selling insurance?
Oh, I've been in this since the first of the year.
Since the first... Well, look, old-timer, I've been buying insurance for some time now, and I think I know when I have enough and just what I want. So if you don't mind, we'll just drop it, huh?
Oh, that's fine. My first customer, that's a great reception. My brother-in-law turns me down. Great start for me, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't my fault you decided to start selling it alphabetically.
Alphabet? Now, wait a minute. Just let me show you, will you? How old are you? You're 30, aren't you?
Well, not quite.
But you will be.
If I live through this, I might, yes.
Yes, that's what I thought. I have a little prospectus here I want to show you. Our statisticians do this up just for you.
Oh, well, that was sweet of it.
Now, wait a minute. Don't take it like that. Let me show you how, if you can put away $10,000 now, when you reach 40, you can practically retire.
I don't want to retire.
Oh, sure you do. Get yourself some security.
I've told you I have security. I have all the insurance I can carry. In fact, too much. The last batch I took out, the guy that sold me said I'd never missed the money I had to pay out, and so far I've missed it every year.
Well, what kind of policy is it?
I don't know. It's mixed up. I haven't read all the details. I think when I reach 80, they give me $5 a week as long as I live. And when I reach 90, they give me a rocker and a window to look out of.
What?
I haven't read it. I wouldn't understand it if I did.
Yeah, but how about Jane? Is she protected?
Jane? Oh, yeah, she's protected, all right.
How about all the taxes she'll have to pay, inheritance taxes and things like that?
How about it?
Well, why not take out a policy that will take care of all that?
What do you mean?
Well, just a straight life policy.
Oh, the old-fashioned...
Well, I mean, it creates a fund out of which she can pay any taxes that are due. Then all the other stuff you have is velvet. See?
Yeah, there may be something in that. I don't know. Maybe I ought to have something like
No,
that.
there's no maybe about it. You should have it to protect her.
Yes, I guess. But honestly, I can't talk about it today. Some
Now,
other
there
time.
you go, putting it off. It's going to be too late some other time.
Well, I don't feel right. I'm just not in the mood.
What do you mean you don't feel right?
I don't feel well. I haven't been feeling my best for a week or so. I don't know what it is.
Well, this is the best way in the world to find out. Wait till our doctor gets through examining you.
Yes, I probably won't pass any insurance test.
Oh, nuts, I'm sure you will. You look all right to me. What's your trouble, do you know?
I don't know. I've been worrying more about it than anything else, I guess.
Well, our doctor will put your mind at ease. Once you pass it, you're as good as new.
Yeah, there's something in that, too.
How about letting me send him over here today, huh?
Well, now, wait just a minute. I don't want much of a policy.
Well, how about $10,000 to start with?
How about $5,000 to finish with?
5?
Yeah.
Well, I had hoped to sell you 10, my first customer.
I might take 5.
Okay, you're the boss. 5's better than nothing. When do you want to be examined? Shall I send him over here this afternoon?
Well, no, I don't think so. How about to the house? Can he come to the house?
Sure. What time?
Well, say about 6. I get home about that time.
6 o'clock. He'll be there. I'll have all the papers filled out for you.
I hope I can pass. I really should have a fund to take care of the taxes.
Sure you should, and you'll pass. Don't worry. I'll have Dr. Lenrow there at 6 o'clock sharp.
Okay, Johnny, 6 o'clock.
Just a minute.
Is Mr. Ace home?
Mr. Ace? Well, no, not yet. He should be here, though.
I'm Dr. Lenrow.
Oh, a doctor. Well, come in, doctor.
I had an appointment with Mr. Ace for 6 o'clock.
Well, come in. I know he'll be here any minute. Well, I'm sure glad he decided to call you. I've been so worried about him. Take off your coat, doctor.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm Mrs. Ace, Mr. Ace's wife.
How do you do?
I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
Well, this is sure a relief off of my mind, you being here. I've been telling him he ought to do this, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Yes, it's a very wise move, Mrs. Ace.
Only last night he kept telling me how bad he feels, but he wouldn't say where he felt bad or what hurt him.
What's that?
I say only last night he was telling me how sick he was.
Sick?
Yes, usually I always think he ate too much dinner, and I fix him some bichloride, but last night...
Bichloride?
Yes, you know, bichloride of soda. But last night he just sat here, and he could hardly keep his head up. He just kept falling asleep. And no wonder, because he hasn't been able to fall asleep for a week at night when he goes to bed. Last week he told me he got dizzy spells. I thought he was just saying that because I was in a play and he walked out of it. He said he had a dizzy spell. But I thought he was fooling.
Yes, dizzy spells?
That's what he says. I'm worried about him. And the first thing I said is that he should go to a doctor, but he wouldn't go because he's afraid he's really got something serious.
Oh, yes, huh?
Yes, I hope he hasn't.
Well, I hope so, too. But if all this is true, I don't see how he can pass this examination.
I don't either. I don't think he should pass it. He should have it.
What's that? I don't quite understand.
I think when a person is sick, they should call a doctor. Don't you, doctors?
Of course. But you see, Mrs. Ace, if he doesn't pass this examination...
Oh, don't talk like that, doctor. Not in front of him, anyhow. I'm an optician. I believe in looking at things through rose-colored glasses.
Mrs. Ace, I don't think...
Oh, I think he's coming now. Now, don't say anything now about it, doctor. Let's just be cheerful. Is that you, dear?
No, Jane, it's I.
Oh, it's Marge. Come in, Marge. Look who's here, a doctor.
Oh?
Dr. Lenrow, I want you to meet my friend, Miss Hale. This is Dr. Lenrow, Miss Hale.
How do you do?
Good evening.
I do.
Did you send for the doctor, Jane?
Oh, no,
No, I have an appointment here with Mr. Ace. The company...
Well, thank heaven he finally made up his mind. The way he's been complaining around here.
I was just telling Dr. Lenrow this is sure relief off my mind. I was worried about him last night.
So was I. Well, Doctor, I hope it turns out to be nothing serious.
Well, I certainly hope so, because...
Well, I'm surprised he had the courage.
Yes, I was just saying that too, Marge.
Well, I hope it turns out for the best. I'm going in to wash up, Jane. Let me know when dinner's ready.
All right, Marge.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Please do that, too.
Thank you.
He was worried, too. We both were.
All the three of us are now. I don't think he'll pass this. Has he taken out any other insurance lately?
Insurance?
Yes, has he?
Oh, now, Dr. Lenrow, please don't talk like that in front of him. He feels bad enough as it is. Don't make him think it's that bad.
Well, if what you tell me is true, I'm afraid for him.
You mean you think something's really wrong with him?
Well, you say yourself he's pretty sick.
Well, I'm not a doctor. That's what you're here for.
Exactly. And if what I've heard is true...
Well, maybe it isn't as bad as he says.
I hope so, because if it is...
Oh, there he is now. Don't say anything. Be careful. Is that you, dear?
Yes, Jane?
Oh, hello, dear.
Oh, Jane, is there a Dr. Oh, yes. Hey, are you Dr. Lenrow? Yes. Mr. Ace? Yes, how do you do? I'm sorry I'm late. There was so much traffic.
How are you, dear?
I'm okay, Jane. Will you just leave the doctor and me alone now?
Are you sure you're all right, dear?
Yes, Jane, I'm fine. Now, if you...
See, he keeps saying he's fine now just because you're here. But you should have heard him last night.
Jane, will you please go...
Oh, the dizzy spells, Mr. Ace.
Oh, What?
I've just been talking to Mrs. A. She
Oh,
tells me
sit
that...
down, dear. Shall I get a pillow for you? Do you want to lie down?
No, I don't. What is this?
Take it easy now, Mr. A.
How about taking his blood pressure first, Mr. Lenroe?
Jane, will you leave us alone? I want to get this finished and have dinner.
Now, if the doctor says you can't eat everything, you listen to him.
Can't eat everything.
I thought he ought to have more of certain vitaphones than he's been having,
Jane,
Doctor.
what are you doing?
Now, Mr. Ace, there's no use to excite yourself. I'd like to know just what this is that ails you.
Ails me?
Maybe we should put off this examination
Well,
till
what's
some
the
other time.
verdict, Doctor?
Marge, what's going on here?
Going on? What do you mean?
Have you been talking to him, too?
Why, yes, I just met the doctor. I was telling him how you felt last night. Jane was
Isn't this all... Now, look, Doctor, there's a misunderstanding. They don't understand what this is about. You can see I'm fine.
Now, dear, just relax.
I'm going to relapse if you don't keep out of this.
I must have the truth, Mr. Ace.
I feel fine.
But they just told me you were a sick man.
Oh, what is the matter with you two?
Well, what is all this?
This man is here to examine me for a policy.
What?
I feel
You
fine.
see, he won't even tell our doctor where he feels sick.
Jane, I won't get this policy if you keep that up.
Well, honesty is the best policy, dear.
Oh, isn't that
The
awful?
doctor and I'll try to get you well again if you'll only just tell him everything.
Well, Jane managed to ball that up quite completely. Just what the outcome is, we learn when next we meet the Easy Aces.